Are you struggling for consistency in your sim racing? Does your iRating look like a roller coaster? If so, we have good news for you. The way to get more consistent is to first understand what you're doing differently than the professionals. And VRS is the answer. With our competitive subscription, you will have the telemetry, setups, tutorials, and everything else you need to fully analyze your driving. Our data packs and the ability to compare your driving with the best in the world will show you exactly where to adjust your inputs, change your driving line, and shave seconds off of your lap times. And our powerful and precise Direct Force Pro wheelbase and precision pedals are being used by some of the world's best drivers. All these champions agree that VRS hardware is not just the best on the market, it's also priced well below the competition. So if you're looking to upgrade to direct drive and the best pedals in sim racing, VRS is your answer. If you want to get better, get faster, and make it happen sooner rather than later, you owe it to yourself to find out why so many people are switching to VRS. You'll be so glad that you did. Visit www.virtualracingschool.com and learn why the best use VRS.
Hello and welcome to the late Apex here from the Apex Racing TV esports studio. My name is Sam Fitzpatrick, alongside me is David Sampson, and we'll be discussing everything that's been going on in the world of sim racing in the last 7 days, as well as what has been going on when it comes to Apex Racing Team. Very busy day when it comes to that, but also Apex Racing League, Apex Racing TV, and everything else. David, how are you this afternoon?
You forgot what day it was.
I mean, what are days? It's all a social construct, right?
Social construct. We're starting with that. I'm good, thank you. Good day. Lots to talk about. And we've got some wheels on
We've
our
got
desk.
some very nice wheels. So we've got some guests at the Sim Centre. We've got some people from Cosworth who have very kindly brought in a couple of their wheels. Now, we have sort of looked at these wheels sort of dreamlike, really.
Yes, we've covered them.
We've covered them quite a bit. And anyone who's been to Autosport may have had like an opportunity to use these, but we've never had a chance. We never even held them in our hands. And I must say, this is like another level, right?
It is. I cannot believe the weight, because they're fully featured, right? I mean,
so that's the real life one,
and
this is the sim one. But they are basically the exact same.
I think it's just the connector that's different,
Exactly,
right?
it's just the connector which is different. So, like, yeah, when Cosworth design the sim one, it is identical to the the real life thing, and they can do adjustments as well for whoever needs it.
I usually say screen adds unnecessary weight and a waste of space. Here, I don't feel either of those things apply.
No.
Yeah, it does feel another level of weight.
It is insane because it's carbon fiber, and everything is very tactile. Is the word that you were using before?
Yes, and quiet. Well, that's the weird thing. The shifters are tactile but don't make a lot of noise.
No,
and I've never seen that before.
That's the. I'm forgetting the models now. Is that
it's
the V2?
This is the Mark II, the Cosworth CCW Mark II. I think it's €8,779, including VAT.
Sure. Which I can see why now. I think before I was a little bit skeptical, but I can really see how, like, in terms of the build quality and the weight, as we were saying, it is like another level. Like, I'm not sure if you can necessarily get.
Yeah, speaking to them, every part is They didn't buy buttons or encoders from someone. They manufactured these. Obviously, this is the LMP2 wheel, essentially.
Yeah.
Straight. That one, hold on, is it this one? This one is straight out of an LMP2. if you can believe that.
Yeah, yeah.
Sam's got is the Mark III. That does weigh a significant amount more.
This is probably twice as heavy, I would say.
It does feel chunky, yeah.
So,
6 paddles on the back. Each button's light programmable. They've added. Have you seen these buttons on the back? Top right, the top. Yeah, it's insane.
yeah. Oh, they feel nice as well. Wow, they're like squidgy sort of.
I did ask them, is it Hamilton brake magic?
Yeah, yeah.
It felt like what Hamilton lent on.
And
did you see this? The gear shift could be pushed away.
Okay,
That is a tactile button.
Yeah, so you can upshift and downshift with the same shift.
Rotaries can be clicked, not just rolled. You can click down, click left.
Okay,
Feel that?
yeah.
Feels like a button.
Sure, yeah.
And it's only 18 grand.
Yeah, only. You put only in front of anything. But like it's yeah, it is really nice. Really nice.
Yeah, it's insane.
So yeah, thanks to those guys. It was a last minute thing.
And they said we're keeping these ones, right?
Yeah, these are ours.
We'll give that one back.
Yeah, we're not.
We're not monsters.
No. So yeah, hopefully everyone enjoys the look at that thing. And yeah, if you ever have a chance of just getting your hands on it, whether it be at an exhibition or whatever, then do it because yeah, it's quite something.
Yep.
Let's get into the show. Just before that, actually, I will also give a shout out to the title sponsor for this episode, which is RaceData AI, ARL Prototype Championship. So ARL Prototypes, 9th season of that, and RaceData AI have come on as a sponsor for the championship, and we therefore have £1,000 of prize money to give away. So if you are a GTP or an LMP2 driver, go to apexracingleague.com and get yourself signed up. It should be a fantastic championship. We've got 30 drivers signed up already. First round is on Monday, so yeah, get your sign up in, and it should be a really great season. But let's discuss then the title for this episode, which was F1 Sim Racing.
Yep.
And
did you watch it?
I've been watching little bits of it. I've got a few of the best clips, I think, that we've seen so far. But we've got 4 rounds even, sorry, over the course of these 3 days. We had 2 yesterday, 1 on Tuesday, and 1 today. So we've had 3 races in the books already.
Nice to see it was all organised this year, you know, like...
Oh, yeah. And it is... Like in terms of entertainment, it is incredible. Yeah. It is so entertaining. I really recommend if you're at all into esports at all, you should watch it.
Well, there's racing, there's overtaking, there's strategy. Like it's pretty. I said this, I think 2 years ago when I watched the whole thing. I enjoyed the racing, whether I like the sim or whatever, but the racing was good.
It was really good. I've got a few links. So one of them was the website. This is the F1 Sim Racing website, and it's about a year out of date, which I found interesting. But yeah, I don't know what's going on with their website. But their Twitter, at least, is very much up to date. Oh, I like this. This is a new thing that they're doing with the liveries on the...
Oh.
So you got a Red Bull one there.
Oh, wow.
AlphaTauri or whatever. The V-Carb.
I need one.
And a Mercedes one here.
I need one. If Mercedes are listening, I'll
we'll take one.
Yeah, we'll take 2.
So yeah, it's pretty cool that.
Wait, I have to rock a Fanatec logo though. Ah.
Yeah.
Oh, I've got a sticker I can put over that. No, it looks nice.
The first race of the week was Silverstone. And Freddie Rasmussen had a very good drive through the order.
What a driver.
Had a... Oh, yes, thank you. So I think basically a few of the drivers pitted for... Some of the drivers started on softs, some of the drivers started on mediums. Freddie started on the mediums, went onto the softs, and had to make his way up through the order. And this was a particularly good battle he had with Danny Brezhnev.
Yeah, insane.
Freddie Rasmussen inching clear. He's going to be sent the long way round into Brooklyn's corner. Late on the brakes for Berezne.
So yeah, it was pretty good, that stuff. And then he ended up winning the race. So Freddie Rasmussen won his first race of the season. Then I just saw this clip and I thought, like, man, this game is different to what we drive, right? Because this is insane. we joke about this, but
Yeah.
look at that. Like, absolutely insane how they're constantly going back and forth.
But they're just not allowed a virtual mirror, are they? I don't know if
So they're not. So that me
There's
and
nothing
Lewis were
in the game.
discussing. So they have a virtual mirror in the game though, right? Or do they? Do they
No,
have...
it's the red things.
Oh, okay.
Formula
right.
1, I don't, let me see. I'm going to, F1, let's say 2024 game. Yeah. I don't think so. I'm trying to think when I played it. I'm not an avid.
Yeah, I mean, I thought when I was like 15 and driving those games that they had it, and that was like 10 years ago.
You're like, I'm just, every picture I grab.
Yeah, they don't have a virtual mirror. Yeah. I guess you're right. Yeah, that is crazy. So yeah, that's what they have to do. And yeah, I mean, if I've done it before, I think, where on iRacing where you got the look left and look right. I've done that before and then just speared off into the track.
I've never pressed them. I've never mapped them in all my years. Obviously, I've been lucky to have such nice screens and stuff like that.
When you've got triples, you don't really need it, but yeah.
But that back spamming thing, they obviously are used to it, but...
Yeah. Alfie Butcher won that race, so congratulations to him. He was the 6th different winner in 6 races as well, which just shows how competitive the series is. Then there was this battle for the win at Zandvoort.
Obviously, we want to add, this was a LAN event.
Yeah.
Which just makes it very cool.
Also.
He certainly does, and it's interesting.
The train line looks good, doesn't it?
It looks good, yeah. It's started in the dry, and then on lap 2 it started raining, and it didn't stop raining, so it turned into a very wet race. But in the end, it was Broermans who managed to win. So it's the last event of the week today at Kota, and it's currently Farsi who leads the championship ahead of Opmeer and Ronha.
Yeah, I think I saw Ron Haas tweet. He had a disappointing qualifying or whatever. But yeah, I've been keeping up. Like you say, 6 different winners from 6 different races shows you how exciting this season's going to be.
Yeah. We've got one more LAN event after this. So this is round 8 today, and then we've got 4 races at the last LAN event.
Yeah, awesome.
So, yeah, do tune into that. That will be, I think, qualifying maybe even happened, or if it hasn't happened yet, it will be happening very, very soon. So.
And are they sticking with the brand F1? I noticed in the notes you said F1 Sim Racing.
In the title, I put what's been happening at F1 Sim Racing.
But it's F1esports.com.
It's F1 Esports, yeah.
And F1 Esports Twitter handle and F1 Esports everything.
Yeah.
It's such a confusing generic name.
It is confusing, yeah. I feel like for the title, I had to put F1 Sim Racing because that's the official name.
I know.
But obviously, yeah, everyone knows it as F1 Esports still.
What an unnecessary rebrand that nobody adopted, even them.
Yeah. So, yeah, that was F1 Sim Racing. Let's talk about Fanatec. Actually, yeah. Let's talk about Fanatec and then we'll loop back around. They have, or it looks like Fanatec are going to introduce free shipping. Now, free shipping, not for all areas. So they've been experimenting with this already with a bit of a promotion where they've been giving free shipping to Europe, Australia, Japan, and the US, not the UK, because we're not part of the European Union, I assume. And then this is a new promotion, but this seems to be more of a permanent one, which sucks for the UK because they've increased the prices across the board to counteract, obviously, the shipping costs. And so for the UK, you're going to have to pay more and pay for delivery as well.
I don't like this. I get there's a star on it, but I'm on their website and I'm in the UK and it says free shipping on orders and then there's an asterisk.
Sure, yeah.
Which takes me to a blog that I then need to read. It's not, I mean, what year is it? You can detect what country the user's in. It would be nice to not lure me with that. What it should read is, other places are getting a better offer, so we've upped yours. Asterisk.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a promotion they need. They're trying to, we've been saying this a long time, they need a new catch, right? They need to build faith and rebuild what they had. They've been introducing some quirky changes. Let's see. I don't know what the general perception is with the average sim racer who wasn't involved in everything. And I don't know, how...
I think it's pretty wide. Well, I don't know. I don't want to judge the world on Reddit. But, if you go on Reddit and anyone posts about Fanatec, it'll be, they'll bring it up. So I think on social media, people who are active on social media, yeah, absolutely. I think they'll know.
True.
Other people maybe not so well.
But they still hold big licenses like their PlayStation, Xbox license, especially in the PlayStation world. In the console world, they're surely leaders.
Yeah. What do you think about free shipping? Do you like, if you had a sim racing brand similar to Fanatec, would free shipping be something that you'd pursue? I mean, like,
So
obviously we take it for granted now, but obviously, like, yeah, it's you feel like you're paying for a better product because it's more expensive and you're not having to pay.
Every business I run and look after, one of my catches is free shipping. It's always, I just put it on the product.
Sure, yeah.
That's how it should be at the beginning, because I think it just removes that barrier to entry. You find out, it's like if the price on the website doesn't show that and you've got to pay shipping, it's always that shock factor. If you've convinced yourself, I want to spend that much, and then by the time you've got that and shipping, you're like, whoa, like, hold on a minute. I just feel like that unnecessary shock factor. If you can convince someone of the price, and then when you go to pay, that's what you're asking for. I just feel like that's the better choice. And a lot of this stuff's heavy, right? A direct drive wheel, I mean, you can barely pick up with two hands. The shock factor can be quite high on all this, and rigs and stuff. So it is good. It's a good idea.
Yeah.
Upping your prices on others people's shipping, though, to cover free shipping for others.
Yeah.
I suppose you only care about where you live, right?
Yeah.
Who it affects is all they care about. People in Europe aren't going to be upset that people in the UK got to pay more shipping. It's just not going to come up.
Yeah. Let's talk about Wreckfest 2. We talked about it last week, but Wreckfest 2 had their early access be announced with a very fancy trailer. We've now got
it was fancy.
An approximate release date for the full game. Were you surprised that it's March 2026, or were you sort of anticipating it would be about a year of early access for Wreckfest 2?
Well, I think you touched on this last week. It was, 18 months to 2 years or longer? For
4 years.
4 years, okay.
One, yeah.
But we lived in a different world back then. Early access was exciting back then.
Yeah,
now
I remember Project Cars being early access for years, and that as
I feel like early access has been tarnished a little bit over the years by what they meant is, we didn't finish it, have what we've half-baked, and we'll keep working on it. Yep. But we hit the date. So, yeah, fingers crossed. I do have high expectations. This was a big, polished game, sold well, consoles, it worked on everything. I think I touched on this last week. Their biggest competition is the first version. This needs to sell that experience. But no, I think this is a strong corner of our sim world we live in. I still think it's best on a controller in far chase rather than with your wheel in cockpit cam. But yeah, I'm excited. It is way out. Have they announced the pricing of the early access?
I am not sure, actually. I might have to... I did see this news from traction.gg, so you can read more into it on there. But yeah, I didn't see anything about that. Part of the reason why they sort of found out that it was released is as the studios are releasing a few other games and sort of giving an estimate to when each of them are going to be released. It's a Swedish company.
Yeah, usually we find out in the financial, what they call the end-of-year meetings.
They give their projections of,
correct.
Okay, we're releasing this, and this in this quarter.
So we're going to get this before Gran Turismo 6?
Gran Turismo 6?
Yeah, Grand Theft Auto.
Sorry. Okay. I was very confused, seeing that game was released over 10 years ago. But no, yeah.
Your face
GTA
worried
6.
me, because... Yes.
It's been out for 2 years, David. It's a huge game. How have you been sleeping on this? Yeah. So, next up, Turtle Beach have got their Velocity 1 multi-shift. I don't know what this is.
Wait, we had to cover this. Look at it.
I didn't see this at first.
Look at this. I'll let you share your screen.
I mean, it looks really cool.
It does, doesn't it? It looks like it comes
looks
from
very much like a road car, I'd say. Yeah.
They do have a video, actually. And I deliberately didn't watch this beforehand.
So for the little popping as well, people listening on this.
Look at that. You need this in AC Evo. You're driving a Renault Clio or some Ford.
Yeah, you got different attachments as well. You
Yeah.
got the truck shifter and
Yeah, I think it looks good.
got their wheel as well. I think they've got a direct drive, haven't they?
They have. That is a direct drive.
Yeah.
I think it's a solid attached wheel, though. I don't know. I don't think it has a QR or anything.
Sure.
Oh, you can change it to and oh, there you go. That sequential travel looks high. Holy moly. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Oh, handbrake mode as well. He leans like I do. And it looks like it's a clamp. Yeah, clever product.
Yeah.
Yeah. That hits the nail on the head for me. There's very expensive one. I mean, the stuff they've been doing, Turtle Beach, it's easy to mock their name because you think of a $15 headset whenever I say their name. But, yeah, the DD, the wheel, everything they've been releasing. But, yeah, I always think of a headset as the scary thing. I was just looking up their wheel to remind myself. Xbox compatible. They do pedals and the button box. That was it. I mean, well, I've got it open. Here. This was the other product they did with the dash behind the wheel. Like,
Sure, yeah.
again, mirroring real life with a DD motor inside it. Yeah. And pedals. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Is it the highest premium looking stuff? No. Will it attract people who come from the road car side of it? I mean, Thrustmaster. That's who they're looking to replace.
Yeah,
With their pricing, out of the gate Xbox compatibility and relatability. I think it looks good.
And it's cool to see a different design as well when it comes to like when I think of like handbrakes and shifters, I sort of think of sort of like more very simple designs,
Industrial metal.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like it's the build quality rather than the features necessarily.
Correct.
So yeah, it's pretty cool that someone's had a different perspective on it.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. No, I like it. Turtle Beach have been impressing me. Their prices and things are going like the dash behind the wheel. Why has nobody like that's what you have in a car? Like
Sure.
now,
yeah,
admittedly, it's in front of your screen, and shouldn't your screen be the dash? But I like it. It's different. I can see it selling well. Not in our circles,
Yeah.
but in the circles coming from console or Assetto Corsa or games where you're driving IRL cars. I think it's fantastic.
Let's move on to Apex Racing Team in that case. It was the first round of eNASCAR, and we got a couple of drivers in eNASCAR for the first ever time, which is really cool. You watched the whole race, didn't you?
Yes, I was co-streaming.
Yeah.
Oh, PESC you're talking about, sorry.
Sorry, oh no, eNASCAR. What
yeah,
did you? Did you watch that as well?
Yes. What was you talking about? Sorry, I lost train of thought there.
eNASCAR.
eNASCAR, I watched the whole thing.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
I was co-streaming it. Sorry, yeah. Obviously, I was keeping an eye on the Apex guys. They got caught up in the first wreck, and then
It was Daytona, right?
correct. So nothing happened. Well, there was one wreck, but then the race goes very long, just fuel saving. Then there was a lot of wrecks. Fantastic end to the race, though. I think we've got a video. Really good.
Share that.
I actually, when I had to, I mean, I'm a big Casey fan, but I picked 1 and 2, and I actually legit got it right.
Yeah?
Yep.
Oh, well, I
Oh,
guess it's at the end of the race.
Oh, I thought there was just a clip of the finish.
Yeah, this is, I think I've found it. Oops.
Oh, this is it.
By Wilson. Buckingham is Wilson. Here comes White to the outside.
Right, so where are we? Yeah, so
By Wilson.
White
Wilson
almost loses it there,
sideways
pushing
to
Wilson.
Marco
And then look at
Wilson.
Casey. Casey's in the low Coca-Cola car.
At turn number 4, the challenges
Whoa.
are going to come just too
This is
late.
run to the line. Stephen Wilson,
opens the
Parker White,
season
1-2.
with the win in Daytona Beach.
It got rough at the end, though.
Good to see Parker doing well, because former Apex driver.
He really is, yeah.
And yeah, it's cool to see the celebration as well. I think the eNASCAR guys do the best celebrations at the end of the race. I think you sometimes see these Europeans, and it's very sort of the mindset of very calm after a
They
race.
sound like an interview of an F1 driver where it's all very
Exactly,
political,
yeah. Whereas I think the American drivers are a little bit more.
One of my favourite clips of all sim racing is Malik Rave first eNASCAR win. He's screaming so loud and so much. The other drivers can't talk to him because they don't hear him. No one else can hear each other. The interview starts, can't hear. He's just ecstatic.
Sure, yeah.
And you like the guy. Like you can see the energy
yeah.
he's outputting, and you just instantly like the guy. No two ways about it. It was a good race. Obviously, Daytona's very long. On, let's say, I mean, the correct term is the boring part of the race for the viewer is just it's Daytona. There's 2 or 3 lines of utter following. But it always makes for a great finish.
Yeah, I might try Daytona 500 this weekend.
Now I think it's this. Yes.
Are there ones this weekend?
Yeah. There's ones the next coming days as well. Well, today I think.
Yeah. So yeah, might give that a go. At least in the fixed. Not sure about the open.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was eNASCAR. Best of luck to our drivers for future rounds. Then we had PESC on Saturday, and it was a pretty good result a very good result, I think, for the team generally. Of course, we've got a lot of drivers, 4 drivers, so it's difficult for them all to, evade the crash and stuff. But Alejandro Sanchez, had a particularly good race one. He actually led most of the way.
Yeah.
But he was beaten in the end by a really strong overtake.
And I can guarantee that McEwen will be
Caruso,
raging at the race stewards.
catching him up, goes one way, dives the other way.
Oh.
Caruso, what a dummy to the inside for the lead. Contact
And if you're going to get beat by a move, that's a good one to get beat by.
To the head of the field here.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Sanchez is an absolute monster. So to pull that off on Sanchez, Caruso will be pretty happy with that. Obviously, Caruso's a solid driver on his own, right? But yeah, good race.
Yeah, really good race one there. And then in race 2, Johan did particularly well. He managed to finish in 3rd position on that one. Was following home. I think it was Job just in front of him. So it was a pretty competitive field. Luke had a little bit of a tricky one. He got hits. He was around sort of the reverse grid pole spot, which would have been very lucrative, but he got hit in race 1, unfortunately.
Yeah, such a shame. Obviously, I was chuffed to see Johan do so well. It's a shame for Luke because he is so quick at the moment. But it happens. PESC is a really, really tough race event. We saw the kind of moves they're pulling off, and it's in a short race format with reverse grids. I mean, it's the best of the best, and it's Battle Royale, and at these crazy track choices. So very difficult.
Yeah, he recovered to 9th in race 2 at least. In the standings, it's going very well for Sanchez. He is at the moment.
I was about to say he's leading.
Just ahead of Cooper Webster. So yeah, Alejandro with 2 strong results. iRacing, by the way, still haven't got a system where you can actually see the proper wins and poles. That only shows the race 2s.
And that's the reverse grid
and that's
one.
The reverse grid.
They're
but
showing
it is worth more points, isn't it? The reverse grid.
So mad. Yeah, it's crazy.
Cooper Webster in 2nd place. Then it's Pinto, of course, former champion Luke in 4th after that little bit of a setback, but I think he'll take that ahead of Job, importantly. Caruso after that race 1 win got good points, and of course Johan down there, sort of up there, whatever, in 11th. But he had a really tough Daytona, and so just to get off the mark was strong for Johan. And of course, we've got Luca as well, having a little bit of a tough time of it. But I think with Luca, if he can just nail that qualifying, then it totally transforms the event. So he's currently there in 20th place.
Yes, indeed. That's quite the crowd. Mugello's was a tough track.
Yeah.
Very tough.
How did you find it? You were driving the GT3s on that one. You had some hardware limitations.
Yeah, so my front right seat bracket snapped in my pre-warm-up streamed practice session, so I was gutted. I managed to get it replaced really quickly. It was an aluminium one. I'm not naming the company, but I shall never use aluminium again. Replaced it with a steel one, but it meant all the angles were off. My seat was the wrong angle, height, distance from my pedals was too far, and distance from my wheel was too close. I started making more and more tweaks, but at some point, the race was really soon. At some point, I had to be like, no, no matter how many tweaks I make, I'm going to have to get used to it. Sure, I might get closer to what I want.
Sure,
But I
yeah.
have to stop soon and just get used to it. And unfortunately, the only way I did get used to it was like sliding down in my chair a bit. So by the end of race 2, I had like really bad lumbar
Sure,
ache.
yeah.
All in all, I was just, qualifying was nowhere. Race 1 was strong, which was great. But then race 2, I got hit. So to be honest, if I was going to get hit and taken out in a race, then Mugello race 2 with my backache perfect. Because if
Sure.
I'll take the loss here. I probably didn't have a big chance anyway. I'm not strong at the track. So I'll take it on the chin and move on to the next one. Spa GTP. I mean,
Sounds fun.
yeah, so I'm going to just bolt everything down.
Porsche GB also happened on Sunday. It was
How did
at
it go?
Duxton.
Well, I was watching as much as I could. You was on camera quite a few times.
I was the star of the show.
In my
they couldn't
Discord
get
you
it
were.
off me. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's yeah. They really did enjoy my face. Pete did really well. So when we're discussing the race beforehand, the last chicane at Thruxton is going to take some getting used to.
because I've got to do it in P-Cup.
Exactly.
I'm going to be picking your brain.
Exactly. You basically cut. So there's 3 parts of it. You can cut the first part, but you generally don't because the curve's so big. The second part you cut, but you need to make sure you don't get the off track. The third part you cut. You need to make sure you don't get the 1X, and you need to make sure you don't unsettle the car either. It is a nightmare of a corner. You're sort of braking as you turn right as well. Very easy to lock a tyre, so it's a really demanding corner. And so we didn't know where everyone was. Maybe there was another line through that corner. Turns out Pete was on it, and he nailed his qualifying lap. He was 0.2 of a second faster than everyone else, and this is a 70-second lap. Leo was second. Pete out-qualified Joe by over 0.3, so that was how good it was. He held on to P1. I think it was Job in second and Leo in third, so good points there.
I'm just trying to find something. I found a picture. I can't find the picture. The massive wreck.
Yes. Well,
Oh, you've got...
I can find it. Yeah.
It was huge.
I don't know why I didn't get that straight away, yeah.
I mean, it was half the grid. I was just glad you wasn't collected.
So I had such a bad start that I was so far back that I managed to get through it completely cleanly. Let's go see it. But yeah, this is another issue with the circuit. It's just how narrow that final chicane is.
Was it lap 1?
It was lap 1, yeah.
Here we go then. This was chaos. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Watch out for the beige car, just driving straight through it all. There we go.
There you go.
Gained like 10 places.
Easy on skill alone.
Yeah.
Yeah. I need to do that pairing, which I'm a bit nervous about.
Well, there was some more action at the chicane. This Luke and Will had an absolute war between each other. This was maybe the start of it, battling for the lead, and really neither of them did anything wrong. Leo managed to dive his way through and went on to win the race. But there was about 5 more collisions between Luke and Will before the end.
Leo's cooking. So it's demand. I'm going to have to put the hours in. It's quite a few weeks away, that one.
Yeah, but it's quite fun. The middle part of the lap in particular, through the high-speed corners, is a lot of fun. It's a bit cambered as well, so it can be fun. Pete ended up P4, could have maybe been higher.
I saw you 5th. Where did you finish?
So in race 1, I qualified really... So there's 12 AMs. I'm putting myself in the context of the AMs here, not the overall, just so I feel better about myself. So in race 1, or in qualifying, I qualified P5 in the AMs, which is by far, I think my best before that was like P10. So that was really good. It fell back at the start, but that meant I could easily drive through the mayhem on lap 1. Finished 5th, got a 5-second post-race because I killed someone at turn 1. I squeezed them too much into turn 1, and it was very well deserved. But despite that 5-second penalty, I still got promoted up to 3rd because other people got penalties. So
A
so
5
I
second
didn't lose
penalty.
any places because of it, because the guy right behind me also got a 5 second, and then the guys in front of me got like 20-second penalties.
Awesome.
So I was third in that one, and then race 2, I finished 5th on the road in that one, and then another penalty, so I got up to 4th.
3rd and 4th.
3rd and 4th, yeah.
Bam, you're going to win this now.
I'm a comfortable 7th in the championship. That's my goal, to finish 7th. The top 6 are in a different league, but the 7th is solid, so
That's awesome. Well
I
done.
was pleased. Yeah, so you should look forward to Thruxton. I enjoyed my time there. That was good. DNLS is on this weekend,
Nice.
and it is round 3 of the championship. We've got a few different cars, but the Mercedes cars, at least, that we've got involved are Gordy and Max Sense, Gordy Much and Max Sense Gordinier in the GT3, and then we've also got Peter Bayman and Aaron Vasquez in the GT4s.
Solid.
So yeah, they'll certainly be in amongst that. I think in the last event, I don't think we've got so many this time, but I think we had like 3 GT3s, 2 GT4s, and a Porsche Cup. So we were really had a lot of drivers. I think we've only got 5 teams this season, this race, 4 or 5. But yeah,
Are we going to see a Verstappen outing?
I'm not sure.
Because this is one event he does show up to a lot, isn't it,
He
DNLS?
does like it, yeah. I'm not sure he's going to make this one, but I mean, there's no pre-season testing going on, right? So
No.
if he can do it, he'll do it. So in terms of Apex Racing TV, we posted our January highlights a couple of days ago, so do check that out on the Apex Racing TV YouTube channel. Some good clips from that, some very funny moments, a lot of wet weather driving as well. Lots of me and David, actually. Most of the best moments came from GT3 Trophy and the Raw event that we did and stuff like that. There was this good move the other day
At City
with
Ring, as
Porto
they have.
Ruiz.
That was just, like you said, completely all by Jim Dimbalow's self.
Oh.
And Ruiz going for an absolute send of a lifetime. And I will be very surprised if he pulls it off. And you know what? He got 1 place. So absolutely fair play to Porto Ruiz. I mean, I have never heard Sam gasp like that in my entire life. So, I mean...
Yeah,
It was
Porto
bold.
Ruiz was just sending it.
Up the inside goes Porto Ruiz on Buraseg.
If you're feeling confident and you're confident on the brakes in Porsche Cup, it's very good to be intimidating like that.
Yeah, there was a good replay, actually, if I travel it along a bit further. The drivers ahead fighting, and he's still a long, long way back.
Ain't no
Maybe, I'm
way.
not sure if it was a deliberate move there, and I think he may have just had to have got out of the way. And then the driver on the outside actually turned in on him, but maybe you could forgive
Turned in on him.
him. No,
What? It was his corner.
I cut it
Oh,
off.
yeah.
Shall we listen to the rest of that? Got out of the way, and then the driver on the outside actually turned in on him, but maybe you could forgive him. It was Burasek, actually, who's now had his own issue. There you go. You could forgive him because
It's his corner.
it says corner, yeah. Like, you know,
Shall I
two
turn?
sides of an
I-
argument.
Someone
yeah,
could send it from 300
Yeah.
meters back. I shouldn't. Yeah. That guy needs to work on his qualifying.
Porto Ruiz.
Yeah.
Yeah. He ended up getting involved in a collision.
No.
Won that later. But it wasn't his fault, to be fair. He got wiped out.
What, did someone turn for hit their corner?
Well, I might be able to find it. Here we go.
Oh, here we go.
In one corner, it was literally like 5 seconds after the clip that I just showed. I believe it was running a little bit more drag. And now they're 3 wide. It was a debatable one whether it was his fault.
Realistically, who was at fault for this?
Let's have a look. Oh, wait. Go back in. I thought you hit the inside car. Let's try it again.
No,
Didn't
yeah, you hit
expect
the
to
outside one.
happen, and thank you, Josh. for pulling up the replay. And well, we can see realistically who was at fault for this.
No, it's him. Well, it's a racing incident, but if someone has to be blamed, it's
Sure, yeah.
Ruiz. Well, I'm just using the yellow line as a radius,
Yeah,
and them two were maintaining it. I don't know. It's a runway. I don't know what the racing line is.
So yeah, I recommend watching Apex Racing Academy Porsche Cup. It's really fun every Tuesday. The next race actually is at Indianapolis, and it's 100% chance of rain. The weather forecast is just a straight line of 100%. Totally random. I didn't fix it or
Awesome.
anything. It'll be the first ever Apex Racing Academy Porsche Cup race in the wet. So do tune in.
What
to that.
track is that?
Indianapolis Road.
A flat track with rain. Oof.
Yeah.
Oof. It's going to be tricky. Obviously, we'll be back in a few hours for Apex Racing GT Trophy. I've got this. And it is at Road Atlanta.
It is a Road Atlanta, and it's the
Heat
2-race format.
Yes, my favourite format.
Yeah.
Full reverse top 10.
Top 10.
Top 10 reverse grid. Yeah,
Yeah.
perfect. Yeah, looking forward to that.
Yeah, should be very good. And once again, thanks to RaceData AOL Prototypes for sponsoring this episode. If you want to race in the newest season of Apex Racing League Prototypes, head over to apexracingleague.com. Sign-ups are open. They will remain open till Monday, which is round 1 of the championship. We've currently got 30 drivers on the grid. It's LMP2 and GTP racing, and it's £250 of prize money for winning any of the championships. So that's the Pro and the AMs in both the GTP and the LMP2. So you could definitely come away with a little bit of extra money. So do recommend that's apexracingleague.com to sign up to that. Any other words?
No, I'm going to look at that. It's Monday evening, isn't it? I am going to look at see if I can take part in that.
What class would you do? GTP? I guess.
Probably, yeah, GTP. I'd probably just give the Porsche or the Caddy a go. Yeah, I'm not really an Acura driver. I know the Porsche because of PESC All-Stars, and I know the Caddy because that's the one car I stuck with. So I don't fancy learning a car.
Sure.
I know its nuances.
Well, that is pretty much it for us today then. Do tune in next week for our next episode. But for now, from me and from David, we'll say goodbye, and we'll see you back next time.
Ciao, ciao.